It's Tim Albright with AVNation with the Road to ISE. Integrated Systems Europe happens the 4th through the 7th of February. And with me to talk about Sonos and their booth is my buddy, Mr. Casey Clemens. Welcome, sir.
How you doing, Tim?
Good to see you. You guys are in Hall 2 F800 to F800. Casey, Sonos has been making an awful lot of noise, especially around the commercial side of the AV world. So what are we going to find in the Sonos booth this time around?
Well, I'm glad you're hearing all that noise, Tim. I will say, if you come by a booth, you're going to see a lot. You're going to see the largest trade show presence that Sonos has ever done for a professional channel activation. Really excited because we actually have so much to talk about. We just don't have a big old piece of real estate. We actually have a lot of things to fill it, starting with the Era 100 Pro. This is a huge milestone moment for us as we are just about to officially start shipping this product starting on January 28th. This is the first product that we have ever made specifically for the professional installer. So you're going to see it highlighted all over our booth in different implementations. This product wasn't just made specifically to sell through our installation partners. It was designed with them in mind, not only the product itself, but even the mounting hardware that goes along with it. We've been very fortunate to have installers find unique ways to put Sonos into commercial spaces often throughout our last 17 years. And this is really a product that's going to allow for an even greater ability to customize the way that you want Sonos to be able to appear in these spaces. But it isn't just the hardware for us this time around. We also are going to be showing off many of our new search API partners, Control4, RTI, among a couple others. Really excited to actually be able to show those integrations off to all of our installers who have been asking for that particular feature for a number of years. So you'll be able to touch and feel and play around with those things at our booth. And then, of course, tried and true, but our newest soundbar is something you have to listen to believe in. Our new sound motion technology has really taken something that looks and feels very similar to our former Arc. Our Arc Ultra now with that sound motion technology just is delivering an entirely different level of acoustic performance. I was lucky enough to be able to beta test one for months before we shipped it, and I cannot tell you how excited I was when it finally hit the market so that other people could actually listen to what I was listening to. And so we will be showing that off in a big way at our booth, not only with the soundbar, but with our Era 300s as rears and our Sub 4, delivering some meaningful bass to it as well. But an incredible Dolby Atmos experience provided by a wireless soundbar setup.
Yeah, I got a chance to listen to a version of that last year, and it was pretty remarkable. Casey, one of the things is Sonos has, and you can correct me or disagree with me, but Sonos has been seen as a consumer product, right? You guys obviously gone into residential, distributed audio, pretty much, any sort of residential install. What would you say to the IT manager or the AV technician who's looking at Sonos and going, oh, okay, I have Sonos in my house, and now you're telling me that it's possible to have a commercial side of this. How would you help them kind of walk through that decision-making process?
Well, first and foremost, understand the perception. When I joined the company over 11 years ago, our battle cry was to fill every home with music, and we were really laser focused on that one aspect of what we were trying to do. Though at that time, of course, we were only focused on plug-in players that sat in the home. You've seen us expand well beyond the home at this point, whether they're portable speakers, whether they're headphones, and now something like the Era 100 Pro really solidifies that, hey, we know that Sonos has a place in the commercial settings. And we've been really blessed over a number of years of having incredibly talented professional installers figure out ways to take that current portfolio that we already have and move it into the commercial space. Now we're actually honoring a little bit more of that legacy by listening to those same people and designing specifically for them. So while we're really excited about what you can do today in light commercial, we expect that Era 100 Pro will allow you to do even more, particularly with the introduction of Zones, our new software that actually launches along with Era 100 Pro, which is the ability to actually create semi-permanent zones rather than grouping as our old software always had you do it. So there's both hardware and software that's worth taking a look at if you are a commercial installer and really are considering, hey, how do I have this same great experience that I'm having at home inside of a commercial space?
All right, very good. Casey, he is at Hall 2 F800 to F800. But Casey, not everybody's going to ISE. So if they're not going and they want to follow along with everything that Sonos is talking about that week, how do they do that?
Of course, you can follow us on all your major social media platforms at Sonos. I would highly recommend you go to our website, sonos.com, mainly for the installers listening, to go to that Era 100 Pro page and actually see that if you go there today, all you'll see is a nice Find an Installer button. So we're really trying to drive business back to all of our installers.
All right, very good. Casey Clemens from Sonos for us, for AVNation. Go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. And follow along as we also head to Barcelona for ISE 2025, the 4th through the 7th of February. All that and more at avnation.tv. avnation.tv.